Good morning and welcome to the second to last garden update. It is August 5. I think it's August. I'm not actually sure what month it is. But anyways, it's the 5th of something. And I'm actually closing on a new house on the 19th. So there'll be another update, last updates next week. Then I'm going to be driving out to College Station to go sign paperwork the following week. So if we come over here, definitely the champions of the garden this year has been the chard. And I have no idea if this is actually good looking chard or I just happened to throw it on tacos, but it's pretty much the only thing that I've been eating out of in here. The tomatoes, I've still got blossoms starting. These got treated with a fungicide and then they got treated with neem oil. The fungicide was 2 weeks ago. The neem oil, they actually got 2 spray downs over the last week. And they seem to be looking better. I've still got like this dead stuff down here, or this brown stuff that I should cut off. But it seems to be more green. And they're all kind of looking similar. I really hate these. It's like the flowers, if you're looking close, there were flowers, and whatever's growing on this plant, whether it's a fungus or insect damage or whatever it is, just kind of killed those off. So that's kind of sad. Those could have been tomatoes. And then some more over here. And I'm also getting what looks like spider webs. I don't know if the camera will focus there. So we may have some spiders kind of hunting on my tomatoes. As long as I don't eat the tomatoes, I don't care too much. Hey, woof woof. How's it going? I've had enough squirrels steal tomatoes last year that if the dogs want to eat the squirrels, I'm all in favor of that. Yeah, there's just, like, these tomatoes are in bad shape. But in 2 weeks, they're going to be dead. But kind of interesting, this one's got some really great new growth right next to some really bad-looking growth. So we'll see how these do. At this point, it's mostly just an experiment to see what works and what doesn't, or I suppose more of what doesn't. So the potato bags, this bag I need to dump out. And one of the annoying things about potatoes is you have no idea what the production is until you dump them. So I'm going to do more potatoes next year. This one, I actually had a fire ant nest growing in this bucket. So I sprayed for the ants, and that did a huge amount of that spray did a huge amount of damage to the leaves. So I have no idea what I'm going to get when I pull that up. But they seem to be producing still, like you can see, we've got nice green new leaves. And if some of these look kind of sad and pathetic, it's because normally I water at night. And last night I was at a school open house, so these didn't get watered until this morning. There's another kind of sad looking tomato. I need to come in and prune all these. My poblanos that have yet to produce any peppers this year are looking kind of sad and pathetic. They just got a bunch of water, so they'll be fine in an hour or two. And the onions that we wanted for scallions, some of them are starting to bulb. We'll probably just rip them all out before we move. Unless somebody really wants onions and wants to buy my house, in which case, like, leave me a comment and I'll hook you up with a realtor. Here we've got the 2 Tabasco plants, and I've got like a few small peppers if you look in there. Actually, that might be the only one. So I've gotten something like 4 itty-bitty peppers out of this thing, these 2 plants. Then next up I've got Serranos, and there seems to be an ant infestation, and they're eating my peppers, because if you look in there, it's like stuff growing all over the baby peppers, and there's ants, so I shouldn't touch that. And this one's just like absolutely encased. So I may dig out some diatomaceous earth and spray down these things, or puff them, whatever, however it's called. Yeah, this like all the flowers are just covered like that. So you can see. I don't want to get ants on my hands, helping the camera focus. But it seems like the ants are eating my peppers. And then the Tabascos are... Sorry, these are habaneros, not Tabascos at the end. They've yet to produce any fruit this year. They're usually looking really sad by midday with all the leaves curled, so Water them this morning, see how they do. And we've got some more kind of bad-looking tomatoes. My pinto bean experiment, I gave up on the black beans, those got thrown out. The pinto bean experiment, I moved it out here to see if getting it away from the tomatoes would make a difference. But I think it's kind of succumbed to whatever the tomatoes have been succumbing to, because like most of these leaves are looking really, really bad. But hey, it was an experiment to even see if they germinated, so I'm surprised they did this well. And then the last of the tomatoes. And that's pretty much it for now, because I gotta go rush to work.